Happy Twin Tuesday!
Happy Twin Tuesday!
Woo, woo, woo! He gave me a smile. You couldn't see it, but yeah.
Dakota in the house.
Woo, woo. We are
twins. Now, we are chiropractors that really love focusing on our pregnancy and our postpartum mamas and their families.
This is Dr. Johanna. I'm
Hello.
Dr. Madeline. We're at Atlas Chiropractic Center in St. Petersburg, Florida.
Yep.
Yeah, and we're family wellness, but we really love seeing our jam is pregnant and postpartum moms. And so we're going to talk to you a little bit about that today. If you're hopping on, I see Rhonda just hopped on and some other people. There's some love. Tell Dakota hi. He loves heart emojis and like all that stuff. So say hi. If you're hopping on the replay, then type replay down below. We like to connect with all of y'all and make sure we don't miss anything. And we appreciate you being here. So what are we talking about today, Johanna? I think you have some firsthand experience in this. We're going to cover two things.
How heavy our babies are. I don't know what your guys' babies are like, but my little dude is like a sack of potatoes or a potato.
How much does Dakota weigh?
He doesn't quite weigh 15 pounds. He's just right underneath 15. But he's doubling his birth weight, and he's 4 months old.
So I can attest to this too, because when Dr. Johanna's in the office and she's seeing patients, I'm holding Dakota and hanging out with Dakota. And Dakota, as you can tell, does not like to stand still.
No.
Which means we are out moving. Like a lot of times he likes to be outside in the fresh air, so I'm like walking him, pacing him up and down. And it lights up, one, my posterior chain. So if you're not sure what that is, that would be your beautiful backside. Oh yeah. So it's lighting me up back there when I carry him. But also, like, what happened? Where do you, other places do you feel it?
Oh man, I hold this dude a lot of hours out of the day, so I feel it in my neck, I feel it in my back, my upper back, my low back, my glutes. It just depends on what I am doing with him. So I mean, it's like always having like a kettlebell with you, I guess.
Right. So
never putting it down.
So like it's becoming a mom's kind of like interesting to me, and it's like like you get pregnant and your body changes so fast, which is awesome. Mm-hmm. But your weight distribution changes, like you have different aches and pains, you bring baby earthside, and then you're given like essentially like 6-ish, we're averaging it, pounds, that now is attached to you at all times.
Oh yeah.
And different areas. So of course we see neck pain, like shoulder pain, like rib pain, low back pain. Like that makes complete sense when you think about it. If I just gave a normal person a 6-pound weight to hold around all the time, they would feel those things too.
Yeah, and that weight gradually increased each and every day and
gradual.
Over months. It is gradual, so you can, I guess, kind of adapt to it. But, I mean, there are times, man, I just go to, like, lift him out. Like I was telling you, I go to, like, lift him out of his bassinet in the morning or, like, early hours when maybe I've been laying down for an hour or two if I'm lucky. And I make sure to brace my core, my pelvic floor, and I get ready, and I, like, make sure my back's, like, my extensors are ready, and then I breathe in, and I brace, and I pick him up, because I'm, like, whoa, I mean, that early in the morning is tough.
Your body's not awake yet.
No, he feels like he weighs 50 pounds, and everything.
So if you're a mama on here, or if you've held little ones and you help the mamas out there, if you've noticed this too, say like me, my back is achy, my neck is achy, like my muscles are tired and fatigued. So what's something that we can do about it? I would start like very beginning phases, like very beginning. Oh yes. Brittany has a 25-pound 9-month-old kettlebell attached to her.
That is
Just
legit.
wait.
I know. It's coming at me quick.
So what's like one step? What's one thing you started with? Of course, postpartum, we know that your body is changing, is getting back to its new normal. It's used to not having baby in there. There's a lot of different physiological changes and extra stress on top of that because you have a newborn, you're not probably sleeping that well, all of those things. So it was an easy place to start because what happens to your core and pelvic floor as you bring baby earthside?
Oh no, sorry. It works really.
It does its job.
It does its job. It works really hard. But that means there's a lot of rehab and a lot of healing that needs to happen to that area. And everyone's experience is different. I was in labor for for freaking ever, like 36 hours or something like that. So my core and pelvic floor was like pretty fatigued. It was like tapped out and done. So now I'm just repairing it.
Yeah, so some easy things to start with. One, like breath work, and if you're interested in more of like the actual videos to go with this, then say videos down below and I'll make sure I connect with you and we get you the right ones.
Yep.
But breath work, so reconnecting to your breath is the easiest and most like,
I know it sounds like weird, like people may think like, what do you mean like breath work? But really, as your body changes, or what I've experienced, like what I've noticed with patients I've talked to that maybe they weren't pregnant, but they have like a lot of anxiety and stuff, they don't quite realize that you're no longer breathing deep, like down into your like pelvic area, which is how far your breath should go down when you breathe in. You are shallow breathing, and that actually will increase anxious and anxiety feelings. And as far as like being pregnant, there's a baby there that inhibits your diaphragm from fully going down. And when you get on the other side of it and the baby's not there anymore, you literally forget how to do it, or those muscles forget, because they have muscle memory. And oh my gosh, guys,
this is why we do this together.
This is why we do this together, because I don't know when's the last time I slept, for a full night. But anyway, yeah, they have that muscle memory. So like when I always thought like, whatever. But when I started to try to breathe and think about it, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm breathing like just here, and I should be breathing all the way down here.
Yeah. So breathing is a good place to start, and there's some really just basic foundational movements that you can work through to start to reconnect to your core and pelvic floor first, with working with maybe a chiropractor like us that has extra training in that, and pregnancy and postpartum care, which is special training that we do have, and not all chiropractors have that. And also having a consult and working with a women's specific pelvic floor physical therapist. And again, they're not all educated in that and have that extra training. Because it's going to allow you to reconnect and do that properly. So then, once you are getting connection and function back there properly, then you can do the next thing that we're talking about. But jumping to the next thing I'm going to tell you isn't really the most smartest thing to do, because you're just going to lead to a bigger injury or bigger issue later, even if you're maybe not feeling that disconnect yet. I don't want that to happen to you in the future. So
and I just want to chime in real quick, because we were talking about working with chiropractor and a pelvic floor PT and breath work and all this stuff postpartum. So some terms that you should be listening for yourself, like when you're meeting with your OB or your midwife, or for a friend or someone like that, is if you hear diastasis recti, you should be considering this stuff and dropping your little emoji below, because you're going to want these videos, because it's a way to properly heal it.
So if you want the videos, again, say videos below as we're doing this.
And that's going to save you not only like long term with your body, getting it repaired and rehab the right way, but when you go to do this whole thing again, if you want to, and have more babies, it'll help your body be ready for that next round, which will still help you progress through that pregnancy a bit easier, instead of the body being fatigued and already having weakness. If you don't know what diastasis recti is, it's a natural thing that does occur where your ab muscles separate to make room for baby, and everyone experiences it a bit more than others, but there is basically what we'll just say an unhealthy amount.
Sure.
It's just normal, common to have it, but there's a way that you want to heal it, because it's not, you don't want to keep it there. And in fact, babies are born with diastasis recti, and they go through, and the movements they perform from their progressions from like growing, like with crawling and turning and all that stuff, heals it and allows them to be able to crawl and walk and all that cool stuff.
Which is pretty cool. So check out those things first, and then once you are ready and you're moving again with workouts and your core and your pelvic floor is functioning properly, one great workout you can do, exercise that you can do to work on, again, and there's so many to work on your posterior chain, but I was doing this earlier because I was carrying them. You can carry baby, so you can use your baby as a weight. So Brittany, with your 25-pound baby, hold him in front of you, or her, I'm sorry, I don't know, I didn't look, and really work on, again, you're engaging that core and that pelvic floor, so you're activating that properly. If you're not sure what that means or how to do it, reach out to us so we can get you connected with the right people. Keeping that chest up, and you're just gonna walk. You're just gonna walk. So you would just pick a distance, and you're gonna walk back and forth. Yeah, so if you've ever worked out and heard something like a farmer's carry, essentially this is what that is, except you're holding the weight in the front. You can also work on this if you have dumbbells or kettlebells at home by holding weight by your side, just keeping that chest up and walking. But if you want to use baby, hold baby in front of you, right in the middle there. Kind of up in that, like,
where do you want your shoulder?
I want your shoulders to be relaxed.
And in line with your hip.
Because
what I find when my posture is tired is this is what happens when I'm holding him.
Can you see her? She is going way backwards there.
I'm trying to exaggerate it, but my back
that puts so much pressure there.
So no wonder mamas get low back pain and sciatica, and they have just like core
muscle
instability and fatigue, because this is not good for your posture at all.
So stack hips over shoulders.
Yeah.
You're engaging your core and pelvic floor. Remember, you're going to reach out to us if you're not sure how to do that or what that means. And then you are going to walk with baby. Use those weight. That way you can build more strength and endurance in those muscles back there. Yep. So you have more longevity as you're holding, and your little one is getting heavier as you go. So that's that one, and we want to cover one more thing real quick because we've been seeing a lot of this in the office. We know that babies go through sleep regressions, and usually when they're going through that really troublesome time, you are co-sleeping or they're really on you and they want to be attached. And I have seen Dr. Johanna, and many other moms come in going through this phase where they're like literally walking in like this. Like they can't move. Like it hurts to move. Their muscles are so tight. They're in so much pain. Yeah. Headaches that just are relentless. Some of them are vomiting from the headaches because the headaches are so bad. I know. You experience this?
Yeah. That 4-month sleep regression is like legit.
So what
if you don't get to experience it,
cool.
I don't wish that upon anybody.
We wanted to give you like some simple things that you could do at home to help with that. So what is something simple that you can do at home?
Well, I mean, I'll just speak from experience on me. Right. Like, with him, he wasn't sleeping like more than like an hour, 90 minutes when he was going through the regression. And like, even if he was dead asleep, I could put him down and he'd wake right back up unless he was on me. Right. So I just introduced some co-sleeping, but that was really hard on my posture. So I had to make sure, because when I was co-sleeping, like this arm was coming like up, so I was like laying like this, and I was getting so much like tightness and pain in this area. So making sure you have proper pillow support, so you don't have to rely on your arm itself.
Sure, yeah.
Is huge with that. And also like making sure you're switching sides, of course, which you would anyway, as far as that goes. And I would also often fall asleep because I like to feed him in the rocker so I can put him back in his bassinet, and I would find myself falling asleep like this, and I would just wake up in so much inflammation, so much pain and headaches because of it. But like I was so tired, I was just falling asleep wherever I possibly could. So really paying attention to that posture. I mean, it's really hard because like I'm very natural, as you know, so like I would actually...
Natalie said stop co-sleeping. I know, I don't think she was. It was just a sleep regression thing. But yes, she's trying to. I know that.
Yeah, that's not on my to-do. I don't sleep well when he's in the bed, but like I was so tired because I was sleeping for like maybe 60 minutes at a time.
Yeah.
But we're past it now, so we're working on that. But
she still goes.
Yeah, it never ends, right? But I know it's hard when you experience pain and discomfort when you're pregnant or postpartum, especially postpartum. My go-to would be to use things like Deep Blue, which is a muscle rub
with essential oils,
which are natural and good. Yeah. But as you know, like little ones always have everything in their mouth, so you don't want that stuff in their mouth because it's just gonna not taste good to them, and then they'll be upset, and you'll have to deal with that. So ice and heat. And heat. And I really liked alternating them for myself. Usually I'm like, if there's a lot of inflammation, I'm an ice kind of girl, but I alternated them because it's my only thing that could help. I mean, and getting adjusted. Like I did get adjusted and I got cupped, which absolutely helped massively.
I mean, I was adjusting her, but we did so much muscle work before we even adjusted her to get her out of that pain loop and to get her moving better, so she could get some relief and some sleep once Dakota let her sleep a little bit and those things. So there are a few things that you can do at home to definitely help manage some of those symptoms.
Yep.
If they're super bad, like, I mean, well, to me, if you're feeling it, it's not worth suffering. I know it can be really hard to make it in with a little one. But
we have lots of hands here,
clean
hands, so we will wash
yes.
before holding your baby, because we want to be able to support you guys, and your little ones are allowed to come. I mean, we encourage it. We have a changing table. We have places for you to nurse and all of that stuff, so you're comfortable, so you can get better, so you can make sure you're, lifting and squatting and doing all the things.
So to recap,
to do
real quick, we know that our babies get heavy, and we don't always hold them in the best positions. So we gave you some instructions on what you can do to work on strengthening your core, your pelvic floor, so we can then strengthen other parts of our body. Mm-hmm. So go back and watch that. If you want the videos on that, or if you want connections, then comment videos below so I can make sure we get that connected for you. Even if you're not local to St. Pete, I have other resources for you. Our mission is, yes, to help our local community, but what's so cool about the internet is that we get to help distantly too. So comment videos if you want those resources. And then, so that was with like baby getting heavy over time and you changing your posture. And then when they're going through, mom life is challenging. You guys are resilient, but like when your just body's being wrecked because you're having to co-sleep or baby always wants to be on you and you're having so much pain and like headaches and vomiting from the pain, then ice and heat at home. Find out if your combo works better for you or if one works better than the other. Definitely try to get in to get some soft tissue work and adjustment to get out of that pain cycle faster. Anything else?
I think, and also, like, as we all know, but it's really, really hard, is it's okay to ask for help.
It's okay to ask for help.
I think I've had to, like, just get some sleep, honestly, too, and, like, I've had to have someone watch him so I could just sleep without just worry, mom stuff. So the only other caveat I would say is, like, it's okay to feel these things. Like, I know a lot of people that are nursing too feel a lot of neck and upper back pain, and we can help with that too, because it all changes, and it's important to take care of you so you can take care of them.
Yeah, awesome. It's another Twin Tuesday.
Yeah.
Real quick, because we are talking about our pregnant postpartum moms since they're a jam. Dr. Kaylee and I, who you hear me talk about, have an awesome podcast, Vaginas and Vertebrae, and we talk about common things we see that, I'm going to be honest, essentially like burn us up about pregnant and postpartum fitness. And we just let it roll on this episode. So this is like raw, like real life. I think she started recording when I was on a rant, so we don't even have like a real intro. It's on Spotify. It's on iTunes. Go check it out this week. It's awesome. I'll make sure it's on our social media as well. As always, we love y'all. You're doing awesome.
Yeah.
We'll see you next Tuesday. Thanks for showing up. Bye.
See ya.